And thank you, Lisa.
So, I think they decided not to have children's story today to save more time for communion. I think that was probably the plan, but you weren't told that, and you're all waiting for a story. So we don't want to be disappointed, do we? So I wanted to tell you a story today about when I was 4 years old. I was already in bed. I was in my crib, and I heard footsteps coming down the dark hallway. And so I eagerly looked over the top of my crib, watching for who was coming. It sounded like Daddy's footsteps, and I wasn't mistaken because it was Daddy. And he was carrying an apple box in his arms and coming down the hallway toward my room. I wondered what was inside. So I watched carefully as he got closer. I was looking at the box to see if I could tell what it was. I saw something soft and white poking over the top of the box. And as he got closer, he lowered the box, and I stood up and looked inside. Do you know what it was? It was two little white, soft, cuddly, little pink nose, little baby lambs. And these little lambs, shepherds call them bummer lambs, or the bums. That means they have no mommy. And they were orphans. They needed a mommy. And so Daddy had brought me home from a sheep farmer. He had brought me home 2 bummer lambs. You know what? I was ready with names for them. They were 2 little girls, and I thought I would name them after my 2 favorite flowers, which were Peony and Rosie. So we had Peony and Rosie, my 2 little, they were pure white with little pink noses. And so I got to feed them with a bottle. I'd warm up a bottle of warm milk, and I had to feed them every few hours because they were very little. And after I fed them about 1 or 2 times, you know what they wanted to do? They wanted to go everywhere with me. They would follow me just like a puppy would follow you. Well, little lambs like to follow you if you give them warm milk. And so Peony and Rosie were my favorite little friends, and they would follow me everywhere, even up into the maple tree where I made mud pies and played like it was my house. I would take them climbing up in the mossy, big maple tree, and they would play with me. Now, there's something really important that little lambs must have. There's something very important that I gave to Peony and Rosie, and that helped them to fall in love with me and want to follow me everywhere. What did I put in a bottle? What did I give them? What do mommies give all of their babies? Yes, Sophia. Milk, that's right. And nice warm milk. I was sure to keep it warm. I'd warm it in a pan, and then I would put it in a bucket of warm water to keep it just warm, even though I was going out into the cold spring weather. And that warm milk is what those little lambs needed to grow. And when they knew I had warm milk for them, that's what made them want to follow me. And Jesus has warm milk for his children. Do you know what the warm milk is that you need? It's not soy milk. It's not milk on your cereal. It's not even your mama's milk. When you were little, your mama gave you warm milk. It's not that kind of milk. I'm talking about another kind of milk. 1 Peter talks about it. In the Bible, it says the milk of the word. Newborn babes desire the pure milk of the word. And so, the Bible, the scriptures, are the milk of God's word that helps us fall in love with Jesus and want to follow him all of our life. Those little lambs never got wild. They never ran like all the other wild sheep. They always followed the shepherd.